Welcome to part 10. This is pretty much from where we left off, almost anyways. Almost. There were some discrepancies, mostly with me forgetting to save the file properly. So I had to go back to a slightly, ever so slightly earlier turn and sort of do it just one or two things again. So, not much of a big deal. It looks like the AI for Macedon is still just wandering about. The AI for Athens... Ooh, wow! I was about to say they weren't going to do anything. So they are going to do something. It's a shame that they're all on boats and that most of them won't even be able to land. Well, I'll see you in the post-commentary battle, then. So, peace. The battle begins. Now, in this battle, the Athenians are going to be assaulting by sea, as mentioned earlier in the video. Their assault isn't exactly successful, and of course I said earlier on that the reason why it wouldn't be successful. But I guess from a more in-depth battle view, I'll try to explain it more of why they didn't win. So, I did say early on that they won't win because they can't land all of their ships. And that is true. They actually cannot land all of their ships. They brought too many ships and they won't be able to land them. So that's kind of one of the reasons why they lost. The other one is, well, you'll see in the video the other reason why they lost. So right now I'm just checking out what kind of units the Athenians had. Of course you could you can check it out during the campaign map before the battle begins, but I still like checking them out close up because they're from Radius. They're not vanilla units, and they have a similar design to the vanilla units, but they're just, I don't know, there's just something cool about looking at them close up. Now, what I like to do in these siege battles, and that you just saw me do, is bunch up a lot of the spearmen around the gates. The reason for the spearmen is if the enemy has cavalry, which in this case they don't have cavalry, the spearmen will be able to take on the cavalry. The second reason is because the spearmen have formations like square formations or hoplite formation. Those are very effective because they raise the defensive value of all your spearmen so guarding the gates become much easier, simply because your spearmen have high defensive value and probably won't die as quickly. Yes, you will not make much progress in terms of killing, but, well, that is where my strategy comes in of what I love about spearmen guarding the gates. I don't need them to kill, I need them to hold them down, which is mostly where I find them most effective, is simply the ability to hold enemy units in their positions. The third reason is because they're expendable units. Spearmen, to me, especially garrison spearmen, are very expendable. They come in large numbers and they're free. They're expendable units, which is why I love using them to guard the gates. I know a lot of you will say that they should be used guarding the flanks. Attacking the flanks. Such as when the forces land on the beach or assault your walls, there are usually more than one entry and exit ways between your main, inside your cities. There should be more than one entry and exit ways, at least in gates. And a lot of people like to bring these weaker units around to flank other units. I understand that, but say in Rome's case, for instance, where you have Vigiles and Rorari, they're not going to do much damage as a flanking unit. I had rather waste them holding a gate than flanking the enemy, because they really are useless. As you can see here, the AI is really stupid, so it chooses to just, attack one gate when there are two. It chooses to attack only one, leaving my entire Hastati force completely exposed to move out into the open field because there's no threat. there's really no threat. The enemy is simply attacking this gate, which is being held down heavily by a lot of high defense units. You can see there are 4 Triarii. If memory serves me right, there are 4 Triarii, 4 Rorari, and 2 Vigiles. Or is it 4 Vigiles and 2 Rorari? I don't remember them specifically, simply because they're so useless in terms of units on the battlefield. They're just so useless. At least in open battlefields. In closed battlefields, they're a little more useful. What do I mean by closed battlefields? I mean city maps like this. Big city maps where there are gates to hold, walls to protect. They're a little more useful. But they're only useful because of their defensive value. Oh my god, you should see how Macedon or any of the Greek states or any faction that even has the capability of getting pikemen early on. Oh my goodness. If you watch the AI, it just throws rows and rows upon your gates, and they get slaughtered because of your pikemen. I've actually had a playthrough where it was similar situation, as you can see, where the enemy is blobbing by the gates, and those pikemen, my god, just one pike unit. All I did was place one pike unit behind a militia hoplite unit that I used in hoplite formation. And that pike unit racked up 2,389 kills by itself. That's right, 2,839. Or did I say some other number? It was somewhere around those numbers. It was insane. Do you know how many troops that is when the AI brings in an army? That is half of that army gone because of one unit. That unit sustained 2 casualties, and that was from friendly fire, because I accidentally fired on them too early with my V-Lights, which was a really stupid idea. But yeah, here you can see why I said the AI completely failed in its attempt to assault. I have already pulled up my V-Lights and my archers behind them to open fire at fire at will mode. They're shredding them. By the end of this battle, you'll see that the archers, and I also mentioned it, by the way, the archers, all 5 of those units combined, wiped out a 1/6 of their entire army. A 1/6 of their entire army. That's 1,000 and something kills. The V-Lights wiped out almost as much. But also the AI doesn't really do anything while you shoot them in the back, so it's kind of expected you would win this if this were the case. Now, I do mention after the video that there is a problem with the game in one of the cities, and I'll mention it now, where on the other side of this, where I'm looking at right now and you're looking at right now, there's this gate. This gate is completely blocked. There are no other entries. There are no other exits to that side of the map. It's one way. It's a grind fest. I hate it. I wish Creative Assembly could do more about it. Maybe another gate over there. Never make it a one-way passage, because that just ends up being a bloody massacre, at least for the AI. It's usually not a massacre for the player, but it is also extremely frustrating for the player to play on a map like this, because say the odds aren't exactly in your favor, and say they all assault from one side, and there's one way in, one way out. Well, great, now you've just lost all potential of flanking shots. All of your ammunition will have been wasted. All your archers and arrow people will have only gotten like 10 kills each with all of their ammo. It's a complete disaster, especially when you're outnumbered 2-1 or more. It's horrible. You can't get around it. The battle takes forever. Like this battle took forever because of that. That was the only reason it took so long. And it was such a small amount of force. No, of course, thanks to Radious mod and the stupid making all the shitty units super godlike powerful for... I don't even understand how they're fighting my Hastati so well. Like, they're pummeling them down in some cases, and it's ridiculous. It's like, how? Their stats are even lower in almost every possible way. But I digress. Back to the battle at hand. Here you can see it is just a meat grinder. I absolutely hate this, But you can see that the AI has still landed troops. The AI is still using the same old tactic. Instead of attacking another gate, granted it won't really make any difference if they did, but instead of attacking another gate, they still attack the same side. So I'm just going to do the same tactic of walking around them and shooting them. Here I really can't do anything, but I realized what I should do is just throw in whatever Histadi I have. I actually lose quite a lot of Histadi in this, believe it or not. Even though the final count of my unit loss is like something low, like 621 deaths versus their 5k deaths or something, like 5,800 deaths or something like that. It's pretty good in terms of ratio, but it doesn't make me feel comfortable still, because no matter what the ratio, your unit should still lose as few as possible, which is, I still don't understand why Radius makes it so difficult for Histadi to kill some of the units. Granted, they can still do it, it's just going to take a lot of time, and they're going to take a lot of casualties, and that is kind of understandable, considering they're just Histadi. Young men, semi-trained. But still, come on, man. Even other unit infantries that are freaking levies can take on Histadi. It's insane. Now here you can see I'm moving my archers. I try, and my levies and whatnot, to try and get behind them. I of course engage with my cavalry. Always keep in mind that cavalry will destroy skirmishing units. Always destroy skirmishing units, because they're just that effective against them. Of course, archers can destroy cavalry units, and skirmishing units can destroy cavalry just as well. Here I manually target because I don't want them shooting into the peltists, which would kill my horsemen and my V-lights. I really should have done this sooner. Here you see me do the hammer and anvil, which I also like to think of as shock and awe. And I should have done it sooner. It really would have made it a lot easier, but it doesn't really matter. They still get pretty good amounts of kills. That side really just dies off real fast. Here you can see that one of my Histadi was routing. It's actually got about 23 men in it. That's how much damage all those Athenian infantrymen did, which is insane in my view. Here, as you obviously just saw, when your archers and skirmishing your skirmishing units get behind enemy units, behind their shields, they can do lots and lots and lots of damage. It gets crazy, the amount of damage they can do. Here, of course, as always, is just a grind fetch. Now, if you check on the mini-map, you can see at the top right-hand corner of the mini-map, there are all these red dots. What do these red dots signify? Well, they signify fleets. Whose fleet? The Athenian fleet. So your enemy's fleet, which in this case is the Athenians. And they're stuck. That's kind of a problem, I also find, with this kind of battle, is they have nowhere to land. There is no room to land. They can't do anything. So they have 1,000 or so men sitting there doing nothing because they can't land. Now, even if they did land, had they land on the proper side, I still would have killed them. Had they land on the other side, I still would have killed them. I actually have enough reserves to grind them out because my men would have killed them. I have enough swordsmen to do it. I don't need any spearmen because there's no horsemen to kill, so my swordsmen will be very effective. Most of their units are also spearmen, so either way, I still would have killed them. But the problem is they can't land. They cannot contribute to the battle, so they just sit there on the sidelines. And worst of all is for the players. When the enemy AI is unable to land, it becomes a problem because I want to destroy this army. I can't destroy it if they don't land it. So, yeah, I hope in future games they do fix this, or perhaps even a mod could fix this. That'd be amazing. But regardless, it would be nice to have that feature. Here you can just see me going into the more cinematic view. This is for my own personal pleasure. I know a lot of you might be annoyed because this is a very long section of the video. It's like a third of the video section. And it's just me watching my guys kill their guys. There's not much entertainment to really be had here, but it's only for a couple more minutes. Yeah, just a few more minutes, and then it'll be over. But you can see that this is really boring. That when you get into fights, especially live, trust me, This video was 1 hour, not the whole video, but just this part of the video. This battle was 1 hour long. 1 hour long. That's boring and this is why I have a problem with this meat grinder mentality. I have to sit here for 1 hour watching my guys kill their guys in this meat grinding fashion. That doesn't make sense. Like, think about it. Who in the right mind would command their men and simply throw them into this narrow passageway and have them commit suicide? It's stupid. And yes, I know, Thermopylae, that is a fantastic example. And that was... But regardless, that is an exception. That's an exception, okay? There's no one in today, at least not in today's modern world, who would be stupid enough to do this. Please, Creative Assembly, if you ever see this, do not make the enemy AI this stupid. Give them something to climb the walls, even if it breaks realism. I'd rather they climb with grappling hooks, anything, than do this for 1 hour. It's boring. There's no strategy, which I mentioned later on in this video, that there's no strategy. When a battle like this happens, all the strategy just flies out the fucking window. It's stupid. It's so stupid. And I know I'm ranting and a little, pissy and a little bitchy, but come on, it's stupid. Also, this is the first time I've ever seen the oil gates work. I hate these things, man. The way the new system works, I really hate it. Because it used to be where your units had to capture the wall or capture the whole point, make sure and push off the enemy units. Now it's like the moment they set foot, all the towers just stop firing. There's no one on the fucking walls. How do my towers stop firing? Why is the oil stopping? There's no one fucking there. But that's the game feature I wish they could change. But you know what? Maybe in the next game. This is Celebration, and my troops really deserve it. They killed like 5,800 people, and they took only 600, casualties. That's fantastic if you think about it. At least in ratio. Now the video is coming to an end, and I hereby end my rant. So back to the live commentary we will go. What a victory. Heroic victory. Athens deploys 6,388 troops. I deploy 4,209. They lose 4,861, and I lose 619. These 5 archers combined their kills, they got around 1,000 something. So they decimated a sixth of this army. Wow, most of these troops they're not very fantastic, but still, they had a lot of numbers. But I guess what could they really have done? Kill everyone. What could they have honestly done? They had no siege equipment. All they could do was burn down gates. And I could hold my gates. I have enough troops to hold them. Not much they could have done.
Perhaps, and I ask with all due respect for your august self, you could let us have some money.
I do want that defensive alliance. We'll take it. We'll take the defensive alliance. I don't mind spending the money if it gave me that kind of defensive alliance that I was looking for the whole time. I would have still preferred it to be Carthage, but Syracuse is still just as good. I'm honestly surprised they're not really angry at me, considering all the stuff I did to them in the previous video. Well, previous videos. Dark deeds. The man is attempting to use Roman law to save his miserable life. He claims that a Roman citizen should not be put to death with foreigners and slaves. What is this? Murderers unhappy with fate, then have him thrown from instead. I guess we'll just change the sentence. I think that gives us senator support. I'm not sure. Let's throw him to the south. War target available. Household expansion. So he gained a household expansion. And it was this one. We can do that one and this one. Yeah. I didn't really lose anything, so that's pretty good on my part. Poison. Well, that did a lot of damage. We are missing a spear unit. Between the auxiliary and city guards, I kind of use them interchangeably. They don't really matter. Now, as I said in the previous video, I said we would swing down south, take Athens, and perhaps just move and take Macedon out and take these two settlements, and then take Athens, leaving them with minor settlements that are easily conquered. Sparta will not be easy to conquer, which I'm a little concerned for, because that is, I think, the only one I have to really be concerned with. Apollonia. Athens is fairly undefended, but a fight would take a lot of manpower, which Sparta would attack by next turn. We need some form of guarantee foothold. If we attack Sparta now, we could get rid of them. We could, but it would leave me exposed until this area, quiets down. And it's only quieting down because of military presence, so that'll be 18 more turns apparently. Ugh. It's a little bit of a tough position. Our guy is still gaining power. That's fantastic. This person has lost all gravitas. I kind of want to assassinate his wife, to be honest. Worthless wife. The wife was merely wounded. The wife was merely wounded again. Wow. Jeez. Dang it, man. How many wounds does it take to kill the wife? Gosh. Oh, never mind. I don't think it matters. Oh, man, I just wasted a bunch of money. He's crazy. He's a crazy person. Dang it. Man. That's not good. Wait, what? Why do we not have... What's going on? The Hellenic culture is decreasing at a very, very slow rate. Let's see. You can move down, because we really need you here. That should increase our cultural change. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Let's end the turn. So it looks like our defensive alliance with Syracuse is very good. The only problem I have with the Syracuse AI is that it's not a loyal AI. If it was a loyal AI, oh my goodness, I could have so much fun with that one. Because you can use it as like the best buffer zone ever. Because they're loyal. Like Sparta is loyal. It's really fantastic. I'm not sure if... I don't think Carthage was loyal either, which was probably one of the things I don't like about it, but oh well. crowds gathered to watch the murderer receive his just punishment. The cheer as he was hurled from the Tarpeian rock was deafening. So we got 25 senators out of that, so that's good. That gives us 53% of Senate support. Now, I know most of them say you should probably marry, get marriages and do stuff so you can, spread the power around. I don't want to. I want full control of the Senate. That way, we can do much, much more. Once the Civil War is over with, of course. Okay, so their armies are weak. He's regained, but not enough. One more poison provision. Alright, I think next turn we should be able to get most of the units down low enough to do an attack. So we'll send out now, and next turn we'll be able to take it. I think it's time we rethink this, because I just realized if I took Athens, Sparta will take Athens. I don't want Sparta expanding. If I take Macedon, I don't know what's up here. It could be a waste of my time. I mean, taking Macedon could be great, but it looks like they have their armies up there, and all Athens has to do is simply move an army north, and that could become problematic because it's cut off from the rest of us. So it may be a better idea to simply move southwards, down. It may be best to just take Apollonia. There we go. We only have 17, so we did lose some units. No big deal. Actually, let's move him out, because I don't want to keep him there. We're going to move him to that, and then we'll use these 3 armies to try and take and hold those regions. Not to mention this army up north, I just realized, was out of position. So our entire northern province is going to be protected by one army. Not exactly good. Provisional of course, the taking of Naples. Oh man, that battle really took a long time. I mean, it was 1 hour long battle. Oh my goodness. Syracuse. Questionable. What's it called? Questionable loyalty. I don't know if I want to rely on them too heavily, because same thing with the Carthage one when I did it. I didn't know if I would rely on them heavily. I don't normally rely on an AI. Glory. Sextus Novius Albus. The name of one of your subjects is blah blah blah. Your general has got a pet fawn. The creature is milk white. It is time to honor the fawn. I think that is the good choice. What the heck? Sabotage, that's what happened, okay. Oh man, I need this force to land or do something, because I need to kill it. Can we... Okay, we could not kill that. That sort of sucks. Let's land. And, oh right, oh yeah, we can make artillery that I never use. Man, they feel useless. I know I probably should make Principes, but the Hastati, they're pretty good, and they're fairly cheap per turn. So, they're usually the go-to unit.
How may I serve you?
Let's decrease them even further. It looks like they're actually disbanding some units, which is good on my part. The less they have, the better they go.
None shall pass.
Oh god.
Set up a blockade. Ready for orders.
We're just going to attack with this then. Let's go protective stance. Yeah. We'll go protective stance, and then this should give us the city. We could liberate. We could. But I'm not winning this on allies, so we should probably sack the settlement.
Put your backs into it, you men. Set up a blockade.
Loot the entire city.
Yes, we
Perhaps.
cannot sail there. Commander. To battle.
We can... okay. We'll do that. Get rid of this Macedonian army.
Ready for orders. Returning to land. Going a port.
How
At
can
your
I be
Okay,
command.
so they're probably going to attack me once I end my turn. Let's get that up and running. No, I don't want to repair this. I want that gone. I want to make it into a Shrine of Mercury? Yeah, we'll make it into a Shrine of Mercury.
To serve Rome.
That will probably be in our best interest. Let's see, what else? We gain more political power per every single turn. That seems to go by.
Commander.
Yeah, that seems to be about it. What I can see from the map is, if you look at the mini-map, Syracuse has grown massive. And when I look at that now, I kind of realize this defensive alliance may not last very long. I think it's going to be they who are the aggressors. Unless we are contesting Spain, then I will be the aggressor. I want the whole sort of northwestern quadrant of the map to be mine. Basically all of the, quote, barbarian lands are to be mine. That's kind of what I want. They want a peace treaty. How big is Syracuse? Oh, yeah.
He will not look to end it another day.
Who owns this land? Who is this? Is that the Lusitani? I don't know. We don't want a peace treaty with them. It would be very bad to have a peace treaty with them. What is this? Polonia, incite unrest and sabotaged. Martial skill, increase in rank. The Pale Fawn, plus 10 gravitas. We see their spy. It's a very high level spy. Enemy wounded. Unfortunately, it was not a kill. Farmland. We can research another technology. So we have... Okay, so we have the storehousing. What is this? Pre-siege siege tower. Losses when besieged. Holding time. I think we'll progress one more... No, get training fields first. Training fields could be more useful. Let's see. Let's fortify. It seems we have dealt a very heavy blow to Athens, but they will recover very soon. Macedon might start moving here again. Sparta seems like it could as well. Let me check the political map. Where is Sparta standing? They are in... Oh, they are not in an alliance with Athens. Oh. So they are completely separate. Oh, they don't have anything then to be able to move against us. They are defensive allies. They did the offensive war, so I'm not at war with Egypt, I don't think. Am I? No, yeah, we're not. We are at war with a lot of people, though. Syracuse likes us, but does not like our military action against them. Who are they allies with? Yeah, so it is the Lusitani who own this, then. That's interesting. But it looks like Syracuse owns all of Africa. I don't think Libya is going to survive. Carthage might not survive either. The Arverni are at war with the Lusitani, which I don't know how large they are. Maybe we can...
Lords of the afterlife, spare my arm.
Screw you. Apparently no one likes me. Oh, man. What is this? Come on, man. Really? Oh, man. Okay. This could become kind of troublesome now. They're not hateful towards me, but they're definitely not trustworthy. One wrong move and they could declare war on me. This is problematic, to say the least. Okay, so we have a general who can level up. This could be very problematic because if the North attacks, I only have an army to defend. Granted, the city is the most important part, and I don't think they'll be able to take it, but that doesn't mean they won't try. And plus, I know how that city works. That city is such a pain in the butt to defend because they always attack both gates. There's no way out. It always leads into a grinding battle between your troops and their troops, and they usually end up winning it simply because I lack numbers. Because in a grinding battle, all it takes is numbers. You only need numbers to win that kind of battle. And I simply lack those numbers, which is so bothersome. But it's not just I lack the numbers. It's the fact that strategy goes out the window, you know? It doesn't even matter. I'm thinking of taking Massilia, but that would just piss off the Overhaul. Military sabotage. Sparta has a very high level spy.
How may I serve?
Jeez.
I
Everyone has a high level something, huh? Gee, look at that. What do you know, huh? Would you look at that?
Disembarking. Commander.
We'll hold for now. Should we? No, we can take this opportunity. We need to take this opportunity now. I'm gonna move north for Pilla.
Commander. At once.
But that puts us smack in the middle with Macedon. But Macedon could... Let me check the political map for Macedon, because they could be having another war all on... Nope. Nope. Yeah, that's not happening. No. Alright, I guess we'll do this. Oh, Nova Carthago does not have any more lands. Uh-oh. Carthage is not doing well. So many displacements. Okay. The only way I can see this working is if we take Pella and Larissa. We take them and we hold them for like 10 turns. But if But the biggest part is not holding Larissa, it's taking Athenae. If we can take Athenae, Sparta will attack us at Larissa or Athenae. If they attack at Athenae, they are screwed. If they attack Larissa, they're still screwed because I have 3 armies that are completely surrounding it. They'll never win. So then we'll do it the German way. We'll blitz through straight to Pella, move south to Larissa, hold for a little bit, take Athens, let Sparta either attack Athens and crush them there, or let them take Larissa, crush them at Larissa with a pincher movement, move in, crush Sparta, move north, deal with Macedon. So all of it relies on taking Athena and holding Pella. Taking Pella won't be a problem. Holding it is completely different. I have a second spy somewhere. Spy's not doing anything. We need to move you somehow. We need to move you onto there. We'll move down south. We have an extra army here. That'll be perfect. We have an army defending this from Carthage if ever they were to attack. The Etruscan, I'm not very worried about that. It's a level 3 spy, it doesn't really matter. If he gets wounded on a mission, then it's over for them. So that means 4 armies are diverted there. 1 army to the north. Ooh, what is this? That's it? Oh. Okay.
Perhaps, and I ask with all due respect for your august self, you could let us have some money.
I could give them money. This would gain us the military alliance we could use. Alright, we'll do it. We can use them as a military ally. It's not too bad. It would at least establish our foothold in the south for Africa. So that way, we won't have to deal with them. Oh boy, Nova Carthago. What are they doing? Military sabotage. Port settlement blockaded. Go away.
What do you wish of me?
Commander,
This is out of
ready for
turns.
battle.
How can I? No one will keep
Commander.
promises.
No, we need to see. Oh Jesus!
Make haste, men. We hunger for battle.
Destination
I don't mind. Let the rebels have
Ready
it.
for battle.
at your
It doesn't
command.
matter.
At your command.
Oh jeez, that was a bad move.
What do you wish of me?
That was really stupid. Okay, so now I know where their armies are at. They're all gathering around Pella. This could get problematic. Oh boy.
Ready for battle. At once.
Commander,
Oh boy.
Ready for
Oh
orders.
boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is a 2-on-1 situation. This is not what I want. This is no good. We may lose 2 armies. What the hell just happened? Whoa, my army just teleported? What? Oh, stupid. I forgot to embark them. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. It's not good. Oh, they cannot take this. Yeah, they will not take that. They can't take anything. Alright. So they're it's over for them. It's over. Yeah. End turn. Oh my goodness, I am making too much money.
Hostilities
They want a
between
peace
us
treaty.
must end.
I kind of can't allow that. They're kind of necessary for the relations with Syracuse, so I don't want to end in a peace treaty. if I keep this up, I can keep them as a decent ally, I think. Oh, they're going to attack us. Oh, it's just a bunch of javelin men. Darn it. That could be problematic, actually. Part 2 of the battles that will be taking place. There are only actually 2 battles, and this is the last battle of this video. So I hope you enjoy my videos, and I really do hope so. Now, without... I guess back to the battle anyways. The battle right now, as you saw earlier, was mostly... the Athenian army is mostly made out of peltists of the sort. Now, the idea here is to get the peltists and try to have them out in an unfavorable position. They're peltists I'm talking about. What I'm trying to do is use my spearmen to flank around them, essentially trying to stall one entire hallway, stop them from going through it. Then I'll have my V-lights go the other way and my peltists. Now, that didn't exactly work, and the AI was, for some reason, really stupid. So it worked only with like this very small amount of troops, which I'm not very happy about. But nonetheless, I still was able to capture some of the peltists. Did a lot of damage, took a lot of damage, but most of the damage I received was from peltists. The main force I wanted to keep alive was of course the Vigiles and Rorari. They are my main melee force. They are the force that I would be using. Here you can see me moving through the sides, as this is a very short battle, with all my V-lights, and then I'm going to charge center and then flank as well to cut off those middle peltist stuff, and then I'm going to basically cut those guys off, use my peltist to shoot their peltist, move around back from this side. Unfortunately, that unit didn't make it in time, but here I do get rid of all their peltists. They start to rout, and it becomes mass rout shattered. Well, that was a fun little battle. I think with this we should I think with this I'll end the video. So once this turn finishes, the video will end. Thanks for watching. It's been a fun game so far. Goodness. It's been an interesting game, and it makes you think. It's a very fun game. So thank you for watching, and go about your day. I hope you have a great day, and do whatever it is you do on great days.
How can I be of assistance?